My name is Jared Trunzo. I'm the Executive Director of the Latrobe Community Revitalization Program.
Hi, my name is Randy Stevenson, and I'm a friend of Ed Kubicek.
My name is Michael Toussaint, and I am the Executive Director at Latrobe Art Center.
My name is Rita Kubicek, and I am Ed Kubicek's wife.
Yeah, I actually met Ed and his wife about 7 years ago at the corner of Main and Ligonier Street, and so our organization had acquired the property with the help of the foundations, and we put in the parklet that you see there today. And Ed and his wife walked past and said, "I know what's going on in town." And they kind of raised the finger. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at again." Instead of saying anything mean, they were the nicest two people, and they just said they were so excited to see the progress in town, and if there's anything Ed said that he can do to help, to let him know.
Well, I actually met Ed years ago when both him and his wife, Rita, and I were working at the Elks. Years later, I ran into him at the hospital. I worked at the hospital for a good many years, and Ed was volunteering there. You know, I would see him up on the various floors. Yeah, at times he was even whistling. He's just a happy-go-lucky person.
I actually met Ed in my first official week on the job. When he heard that I was hired and starting in early January, he made a point to stop in and introduce himself.
I met Ed when we were in school together. We sort of had a long-distance love affair in school. He went his way, I went mine. Years later, we met, and 43 years later, we're still together.
He's always up and at it, and giving so many hours into downtown to make it look as nice as it does.
Ed really deserved this award because he's put his heart and soul into this job.
I think he portrays a lot of the qualities that Mr. Rogers had. I mean, obviously, being kind, being respectful, being a good neighbor.
He's such a good neighbor because, you know, anytime that you need a helping hand, or if you're in the middle of something and you're just like, oh, what do I do? He just happens to be there.
I think his endurance to just keep going that's an accomplishment. I don't know if I'm gonna have that much, you know, when I'm a little bit older and wiser like Ed.
You know, I think people career-wise get measured by what they've accomplished in life. I think what you've done for your fellow man is your true accomplishment in life, and I think that's what Ed's done.
You know, he's always seeking out ways to help his fellow neighbor, and he's always doing it cheerfully too.
To have his name associated alone with Mr. Rogers, and to be able to have an award like this is probably the most exciting thing and most accomplished thing he feels that he's ever done.
So he tends to catch me off guard early in the morning. So if I'm hyper-focusing on some project or taking myself too seriously, I get to knock on the door in my office around 7:30, and Ed will just start right off being himself. So I think you'd have to make an effort not to laugh, being in his presence for more than a few minutes.
Ed, first of all, I want to say that I'm very humbled to be able to speak about you. I think you're a great person. I want to say congratulations, and I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award than you. You know, I've always considered you and your wife Rita as a brother and sister to me. I'm just very grateful to have you and be able to call you that. And I wish you continued success as well as good health, and I hope you continue to do good for people.
A huge congratulations, Ed. This is well deserved, and also to Rita, your wonderful wife. The both of you have been just a huge addition to the revitalization family in downtown, and none of us could imagine Latrobe without you. So congrats, Ed.
Hi, Ed. Congratulations on receiving this award. I could not think of someone more deserving of this award because you truly embody what it means to be a good neighbor.
I'm so very, very proud of you. You worked very hard, and to have your name associated in the same category with Mr. Rogers speaks for itself. I love you. Keep up the good work, and thank you for being you.